here. Thanks for finishing your day with me. I'm Brett with Merkrete. Finishing the day out here. I think there's one more demonstration after us today. But here we're going to be talking about waterproofing, kind of protecting that investment. Waterproofing is one of those situations where, waterproofing is really the foundation of the installation when you're dealing with wet areas. I don't know if you've ever had waterproofing failures where, we always use the example of a shower install that you're doing, and then it happens to be below it that $20,000 grand piano. You want to make sure that waterproofing is done right. We always say too that if you're going to do waterproofing and it's going to leak, we want it to leak immediately. We don't want it to leak down the line. We don't want it to leak a little bit. We want it to flood, so that way we know that there's going to be a problem before there's any damage to that installation or to the project that you're working on. So what we're going to be talking about today is the Merkrete SP1. We've got other waterproofing membranes. We've got the HydroGuard one, which is an asphalt base. We've got the SP1, which is an acrylic base. Goes on a light green, dries a dark green. This is a fast dry product, so you can flood test in 4 to 6 hours with this product. With the asphalt base or HydroGuard 1, you're going to be waiting probably about 72 hours before flood testing. So there's definitely a generational gap between these two products. The HydroGuard 1 was one of our first products. The SP1 is one of our newer within the last 10 years products. But as you can see, it comes in a 3.5-gallon pail. Also comes in 2-gallon pails for this product for a little bit smaller jobs, but this is the one that we're selling the most of. These are also crack isolation membranes. Tomorrow, come on by, I believe at 1 o'clock, I'm doing a presentation up here on crack isolation. But membranes are really Merkrete's background. That's where we started. We really, kind of shoot our teeth or whatever that, what's that saying? Cut our teeth, there you go. Cut our teeth on membranes. That's what we've done forever. So with that being said, Hector's going to be doing just kind of a mock pan here that he built for us to show. And with this product, we're not going to require a fabric at transitions. We're going to recommend a fabric in transitions. And when we say transitions, whether that be an inside corner or an outside corner over your dam, we're going to actually ask you to use that fabric. The fabric is not there for anything other than getting the appropriate thickness and just to help tie the two transitions together a little bit. It's not going to keep it to where you wouldn't have to do your caulking at the end of it. It's not going to be any type of structural to it, but it is about the thickness of the products. Now, Hector here let me grab the roll here, Hector. As you can see, this is the fabric that we manufacture and we have. It's a great little fabric. It's an 8-inch roll. It comes in different thicknesses and lengths of product to where this is the product that you're using. And the nice thing is, if you use the pan liners that are out there, when I say pan liners, you've got the plastic liners that they're putting down over the pre-slopes and their mud beds, this is your inside, outside, and your everything corners. Now, Hector, what he just did right there was a hospital corner. Is everybody familiar with hospital corners? You know how to cut a hospital corner? Let me have a pair of scissors here. So basically what a hospital corner is you can take this, you're going to fold it over. I'll take a little bit here, cut it at just an angle, right to that edge. And now we have SpongeBob SquarePants. This is a hospital corner. So if I take those two legs, fold them over together, now I've got an inside corner. And that's what you saw him do right there. It's also an outside corner. If we're doing it on the dams, on the corner edges, you can take these and cut these flaps where you're running the dam on it. So this is it. If you've ever dealt with the pan liners that are out there, a lot of them do have prefabricated or pre-made corners, which can actually be pretty darn expensive. So this is everything. Now, he's going to do the fabric at change of plane. So he's going to run the fabric 4 inches up, 4 inches down with the material. He's going to put the liquid down on it. He's going to embed the material into it and then put a little bit more liquid over the top of it. The field area is just liquid only. We're not requiring a fabric in that. We have a product called HydroGuard 2000, which is a full fabric system. If anybody knows when you're dealing with steam showers, have you guys anybody done steam showers before? Steam showers? Not a lot. Yeah, you don't see them too much. But steam showers require a full fabric system. So the SP1 or the HydroGuard 2000 can be done as a full fabric. HydroGuard 2000 is made to be full fabric. The SP1 is not made to be a full fabric, but in a steam shower situation, you would have to use full fabric for that, meaning everywhere there's a liquid, there's going to be a fabric. And that can be done with this product as well. But typically, this is used just how Hector is using it right here. So at change of plane, you're going to see where he's got the fabric in there. The field area is just going to be liquid. Now, albeit this is a very small shower, the drain area is actually considered a change of plane. So with the drain area, we're going to have fabric around that, and you'll see that he's got these little kind of triangle pieces that he's going to embed into it, and then he'll do the whole thing over it with liquid. Once the liquid membrane dries for this first, or what we call primary coat, you're going to let it dry. After 4 to 6 couple hours that it dries, you're going to come back and just do one more thin coat at a crosshatch, so the opposite direction of the way you brushed it. The reason you're doing that is, and that's the case with most membranes, the reason you're doing it is because when you're encapsulating this liquid membrane over a surface, you still have air entrapment. And as it's starting to dry, that air that's in that substrate is still trying to escape, and it will cause little tiny pinholes. All membranes do that, and that's why they typically require that second coat. That second coat catches any of those possible pinholes that are there, and it makes it a completely waterproof system. If you guys want to come up a little closer and take a look at it, you're more than welcome to. Now, with this type of application, do you guys, when you do pans, you guys do shower pans, I know you do a lot of commercial work, mud. So are you guys doing the type where you're going to do your pre-pitch, the waterproofing membrane, your mud, and then tile? Or are you putting the membrane on top of the mud and then tile? Okay, so that's kind of how this is done. Are you guys installers? Are you guys doing it the same way where you've got your mud bed and then your membrane on top of it? Yeah. I'm sorry? Yes. Yeah. The question was, can you use it over foam trays for waterproofing? Absolutely. So if a foam tray requires a waterproofing membrane over it, it will stick to a foam tray. Now, understand that we're not talking fiberglass trays. Yeah. If you're still going for waterproofing, it's still going to be 2 coats because you're still encapsulating over a surface. So no matter what it is, it's still going to have an air entrapment to it. Yeah, and that second coat is really just a really quick, thin coat you're going over. So this is your primary. Yes, James. About 2 inches. 2-inch overlap on the fabric will last. So you can actually see, I don't know if you can see it up on the camera here. No, you can't. That's cutting it off. You can actually see back there in the corner it's starting to dry. So this product dries very, very quickly. Now, the reason I was explaining the pans is when you're doing an installation like this, whether the float, you've got your mud bed and then your waterproofing, or your waterproofing and then mud bed, this can be used in both of those applications. Traditionally, you're seeing this one in the handbook, TCNA handbook. The methods that are there are for this type of installation where you've got your mud bed and then this. We prefer that. I think a lot of contractors prefer that as well because you're eliminating a step when you do that. And you're eliminating that pre-slope, your pan, and then your mud bed. So it's the pre-slope that you're eliminating out of that. So as you can see, he's doing this. This can be applied with a brush, with a roller for large areas. Some guys do it with trowels. They'll take a 3/16-inch notch trowel. It's a large area. They'll notch it out, and they'll turn around and back trowel it to knock it down. To me, the rollers and paintbrushes are the easiest way to do it. Now, excuse me, the required thickness for this product, when you're applying it wet, is 30 mils. Is anybody familiar with what 30 mils is? What's that compared to? Credit card. Yeah, credit card thickness. So It is a water-based product. When it dries, it will be at a business card thickness, which is about 22 mils, about 20 to 22 mils. So those are the thicknesses we're looking at. And the thickness is a lot of it. We don't want to put this product on really thick. I used to live in Southern California. When I started in the industry, a lot of people were doing hot mops. They were hiring people coming in doing hot mops for waterproofing. Hot mopping, if you've seen it, it's a very sloppy, messy installation. This is a very clean, thin, load-bearing membrane. That's kind of how it's defined. And when you get sloppy with this, you're actually going to create problems. We don't want drips or bubbles where you've got a heavy load of product or a heavy amount of product, because what's going to end up happening is it will skim over like a blister, and then when you go to trowel on top of it to spread your mortar, you'll pop that blister. In a sense, you're popping the membrane and you're ruining your application or the waterproofing part of it. What am I forgetting, Hector? What am I forgetting?
Modified thin set over.
No, you can use a modified thin set over this product. You can use unmodified, but you can use a modified thin set over it. We don't really care, as long as it's one of ours. So there's not a lot to this. To me, waterproofing is actually one of the easier tasks that you have as a contractor. Unfortunately, it also carries the most liability, too, with the installation. And that simply is because you are holding in water. And this is 100% waterproof, commercial, residential, interior, exterior. I will say this, you can use this in fountains, ponds, things like that. The only thing is if you have a fountain or a pond that you're putting in this, we do not recommend that you put fish or any living organism via plants in it. This has an antimicrobial in it, which will kill it. Aren't you the goldfish experience, Hector? Aren't you the one that killed the goldfish? No? One of our old reps a long time ago did a box, waterproofed the shoe box, and put a goldfish in it. Well, the goldfish didn't survive very long because the antimicrobials in it killed him. So, but yeah, it's super easy product to use. Again, the three products that we have for waterproofing are the HydroGuard 1, the HydroGuard SP1, which is the one that you're seeing right here, the fast drying product, and then the HydroGuard 2000, which is the full fabric membrane system. Now, last but not least, I know some of you all have heard it. We're also introducing here at the show on all of our mortars, on our grouts, slake-free. So when we say slake-free, basically what we're meaning is, if you're familiar with that terminology, is when you mix up mortar or grout, you mix it and you walk away for 10 to 15 minutes, whatever that manufacturer tells you to, and then you come back and you remix it, and then you use the product. Well, with our products now, because of the polymers that we're using, they are now slake-free. So slake-free means we can mix it and use it right away. Typically, a lot of people say, well, what does that mean for me? Let's say if you're a large commercial company and you're buying pallets of this, 48 bags on a pallet, you're saving 15 minutes per bag, not having to wait for it to slake. You just saved yourself about 12 hours on that. So there is a time saving to it. We know some guys slake, we know some guys don't slake. Well, with our products, we don't have to worry about it. You can mix it and you can go ahead and go. Now on that, too, is we've got our dustless products. We carry the patent for dustless mortars, for dustless technology. And our mortars on the Merkrete system side of the business, I'd say about 90% of our mortars are dustless. On the SIKA tile side of our business, all of their mortars but one are dustless. Their grouts are dustless. And eventually with the Merkrete line, all of our products will be dustless. And what that means for you guys is less mess. James, come here. Give you the good guy there. So we're going to shake these up and open them for you just so you guys can see. I've got a standard traditional mortar here, which you're going to see. And then James got the dustless product there. So go ahead, shake it and open it up. So this is traditional. That's dustless. So it's 80% less dust. So what does that mean for you? Cleaner environment, cleaner working conditions for you. As I said earlier this morning on it is you got the poor guy that's standing in the corner mixing. That would have been you. Mixing in the corner that's from the Peanuts. Who's the character? Pigpen. He's not the pigpen in the corner with the dust cloud above his head. So now, with that being said, we're not asking you to completely just breathe this product in. We still want you to take all precautions for silica. There are still silica in these products. As we know, silica is not what you can see, it's what you can't see. So we're still masks or whale tails in your mixing, but what this does is it means a cleaner environment, cleaner working conditions for you. For us on our end, what it's done for the products and manufacturing is we have now cleaner manufacturing plants because of the dustless technology for distributors. It's not as dusty sitting on their shelves when they're being picked up and moved. You don't get those plumes of dust. It's all in all, it's really kind of helped our products in the sense that it's made them a little bit creamier and a little bit smoother and a better pot life for the product. So again, the dustless technology. If you guys have any questions, please come by our booth. We're right there with the yellow sign under the SIKA umbrella. But we'll be here for a few minutes cleaning up. If you guys got questions, please come up and ask. Yes, sir. Sorry. Once it's dry, once you can get on it and walk, he's asking how long do you wait before the second layer, and that second layer can be, once it turns dark green, you can see, if you come up when we're done and take a look at it, you'll see that dark green where it's starting to dry, which can roughly be about an hour to 2 hours, weather dependent. I'm in Chicago in the summertime, when it's humid out, it's going to take probably another 2 hours on top of it. So it's just weather dependent, and the substrate that you're going, how porous it is. Flood testing is, like I said, anywhere from 4 to 6 hours you'll flood test on top of this product. All right, well, thank you guys very much. Enjoy the rest of your day. I've got a couple of stuffed animals and hats up here for you guys. Here, you got the hats last time.